It is a fact that the quantity of yield during harvest is largely dependent on the quality of the agricultural seed planted. Seed determines output. Little wonder then that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, through its research institutes as well as in partnership with private stakeholders, is prioritizing the production of improved seeds. On the program tonight, we shall be looking at the development of improved seeds to know what is actually available in the Nigerian seed industry. How can farmers assess them, and what regulation governs production of agricultural seeds to ensure quality? These and more questions we shall be answering in today's episode of the program, Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria. I'm your host, Gabriel Ojile. Keep watching.
Ensure that we provide the necessary policy direction that will truly position agriculture as the mainstay of our economy.
The federal government is removing obstacles and offering opportunities for self-employment, wealth creation, and food security in the Nigeria's agricultural sector.
Think farming, think agriculture.
Watch Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria.
The program begins with the news from the diary of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. In the lineup tonight, Agric Ministry inaugurates committee to review national policy for the control of avian influenza. Also, Agric Ministry to partner with Denmark to enhance food security.
In an effort to prevent a reoccurrence of avian influenza in the poultry industry in Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development recently inaugurated a technical committee to review the national policy for the control of avian influenza in Nigeria. Members of the committee include representatives of NAFDAC, NCDC, NVRI, FAO, WHO, and AQS, amongst others. Speaking during the inauguration, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Ernest Afolabi Umahihe, who was represented by the Director of Federal Cooperative Department, Jibril Abubakar, urged the committee to bring forth recommendations and strategies to forestall a reoccurrence of avian influenza in Nigeria.
Experts should look into what the subsector did right in the past to have prevented or contained the disease, what has now gone wrong, and very importantly, what should now be done going forward. Of course, if the dynamics have changed, the ministry expects you to be courageous enough to also change the strategy in order to protect and grow our poultry industry.
Responding on behalf of members of the committee, the chairman, Dr. Siti Vakuru, appreciated the ministry for giving them a national assignment to save the poultry industry in Nigeria.
I would like to assure you, on behalf of all members, that we work hard, come up with holistic, harmonized, and evidence-based recommendations that will assist the ministry to make an informed decision and formulate facilitative policies that will further advance the poultry industry of our country.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has pledged to strengthen collaboration with Danish companies in Nigeria to enhance food security and boost nutrition in the country. This assurance was given by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Ernest Afolabi Umahihe, during a courtesy visit in Abuja by the Danish ambassador to Nigeria. Umahihe, who was represented by the Director, Animal Husbandry Services, Winnie Lai Shulari, stated that the impact of collaboration between the two countries has been massive, and the ministry will continue to support such collaboration to enhance the dairy industry and other sectors of the nation's economy.
And the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development is very, very much poised to ensuring food security in the country, food and nutrition security in the country. And we know we can't do this alone. We have to work with partners, both national and international. And your coming just attests to the fact that we are on course with this. We have done quite a lot, particularly in dairy and capacity building, And I want to tell you that around the room here, you have very many staff who have benefited from your capacity building intervention.
Also speaking during the visit, the Danish ambassador to Nigeria, Seun Kongstrong, stated that the challenges faced by their companies in Nigeria is insecurity and called for more efforts towards human and food security in Nigeria.
Denmark and Nigeria, we have a close partnership in the agricultural space, food and agriculture, and you are indeed a close partner for us, and I'm very pleased to see that it has developed over the years.
Whatever agricultural crop you farm, there are improved seeds developed by the agricultural research institutes across the country to increase the yield, prevent diseases, and adapt to climate change issues. On our next segment, Record of the FDA, we will showcase the research breakthroughs of Nigeria Agricultural Research Institutes in developing the agricultural seed industry in Nigeria. Keep watching.
Quality agricultural seeds are seeds that are high yielding and free of diseases. Basically, there are three categories of seeds, which are the breeder seed, the foundation seed, and the certified seed. The breeder seed is the first generation of seed developed by research institutes. The foundation seed is the second generation of seeds planted by seed companies to produce certified seeds, which farmers plant to produce grains. The Institute for Agricultural Research, Zaria, with the mandate to research the genetic improvement of cereal crops, has developed over 60 varieties of maize and over 50 varieties of sorghum, among others.
In the area of maize, we have developed maize varieties that whose productivity increased from some 30 years back, virtually 1.5 tons per hectare on the average or less. Now we have maize varieties that can produce up to 8 tons per hectare. This has been an achievement. Farmers are used to our varieties, and this is reflected by the number of requests that we receive by farmers, those that have grown our varieties in the past.
Aside high-yielding varieties of maize, sorghum, as well as other cereal crops, the Institute has also made lots of problem-solving researches that increase the vitamin content of these crops and make them resistant to striga weed, which is a parasitic weed that is very devastating to soil as it attaches itself to cereal crops and absorbs the nutrient, causing poor yield.
Some of them are resistant to some major pests and diseases, like streak-resistant varieties. We have, among those ones that we have, some of them are streak-resistant. So if you are in an ecological zone that streak virus is endemic, you go for that. We have striga-resistant, and we know striga is a major problem of cereals production worldwide, not only in Nigeria. So those resistant varieties to striga have helped in increasing the yield from such heavily infested fields. And so in that way, we're helping in reducing the problems our farmers face.
The National Root Crops Research Institute, NRCRI, Omodike, Anambra State, is another research institute in Nigeria that is impacting greatly on the agricultural sector. It has the mandate to research into the genetic improvement, production, processing, storage, utilization, and socio-economic importance of root and tuber crops like yam, cassava, cocoyam, ginger, potato, among others. The institute has within its headquarters an outstation in Plateau State developed different varieties of root crops.
We develop new varieties of potato, and those varieties has to do with disease resistance and high yielding. And also, if there are a kind of importation of potato seed or clones, we need to evaluate them for local diseases that are coming in. And some of our research focus too centers on cleaning disease seeds on the plateau.
The International Institute of Tropical Agriculture has, amongst other things, a mandate to research into tropical crops like yam, cassava, plantain, cowpea, banana, and maize. In collaboration with stakeholders, the IITA has developed different varieties of yam seeds that are high-yielding, free of disease, and are drought-tolerant. The modern yam seeds are very tiny but viable, and it is imperative for farmers to understand that despite its small size, compared to what they are used to, the new seeds are better.
When we plant these ones, it is giving us this size of tuber and even bigger. You see this one? It is from this size. Please maybe take this one. Yeah. So you can plant this and you will get this. But we for our purpose, because we are looking for seed, we don't leave it in the soil for long.
Also in the cash crop subsector, the Cocoa Research Institute of Nigeria, CRIN, has significantly made improved varieties of cocoa. The new varieties can produce in 2 years after planting instead of the 5 years taken by the old variety.
Recently, not too recently, we have a release of our 8 hybrids of cocoa, which we call the TC1 to TC8. These are high-yielding varieties, and these varieties, we release them out, and farmers have been coming to collect those varieties. Those varieties are high-yielding, and they are amenable to our conditions here in Nigeria.
The program is transforming agriculture in Nigeria, and we are reviewing the Nigerian agricultural seed industry. The research institutes, in collaboration with National Agricultural Seed Council and seed companies, have also enhanced massive production of improved seeds developed by research institutes. How available are these seeds to farmers? What are the ways of identifying quality seeds in the market? And what impact are the seed companies and the National Seed Council making to ensure quality seed for farmers? This will be the focus of our next segment, Partnership for Development. Keep watching.
The Seed Decree 72 of 1992 was republished as National Agricultural Seeds Council Act 2019 to further empower the National Agricultural Seeds Council with the mandates to promote and stimulate the development of dependable seed industry, protect farmers from the sale of poor quality seeds, facilitate the production and marketing of high quality seeds in Nigeria, and provide legal backing for official testing, certification, sale, importation, and use of seeds, amongst others.
In summary, let me say that the National Agricultural Council had the responsibility of regulating and coordinating the seed sector in Nigeria, the entire seed industry. We have the responsibility of registering seed companies. Also, we analyze and formulate programs and policies for government in the seed sector in areas that concern seed production, seed marketing, seed certification, seed import and export. That's our responsibility.
But at the council level, we have what we call, we have some promotional programs. Because if a variety is developed in Nigeria and released in Nigeria, it is the duty of the council to now popularize this variety amongst the farming population. Otherwise, they will not have the privilege of knowing even the variety has been released. And that's why one of the strategy, adopted was to have demonstration plots, highway demonstration plots, and there's what we call a community-based seed program.
In an effort to ensure massive production of agricultural seeds developed by the Nigerian Agricultural Research Institutes across the country, the National Agricultural Seeds Council over the years has licensed about 314 seed companies that produce certified seeds.
Presently, we have licensed 314 But as I'm talking to you now, our last governing board meeting was supposed to approve another 100, over 100. So that will have joined the report. But I think the sitting time was very short, so I think it's going to come up in the next board meeting. So where we expect that. And as I'm talking to you, even today, there are still applications seeking for such opportunity to produce seeds.
One of such seed companies is Premier Seeds Nigeria Limited, Zaria, Kaduna State. The company is contributing greatly to the production of quality foundation and certified agricultural seeds for farmers.
Premier Seed Nigeria Limited is the first indigenous seed company in Nigeria. It's engaged in research, productions, and marketing of an improved varieties of hybrid and open pollinated varieties of feed crops such as maize, soybean, rice, sorghum, cowpea, etc., and vegetable of exotic and exotic and local vegetable.
A farmer that plants improved agricultural seeds stands the chance of having a bumper harvest as opposed to a farmer who plants grains or unimproved seeds.
For example, if you are to pick unimproved seed of maize, you may not get more than 1 ton, maybe 1.1 ton, because the germination might be affected. But if you are planting improved seed of, let's say, OP, you should be sure of getting between 3 tons to 4 tons, 5 tons, depending on the management of the farmer.
Newage Company International Limited is another private agricultural seed company involved in the production of certified agricultural seeds such as maize, rice, cowpea, amongst others.
We have so many agribusinesses ranging from agricultural production, seed production, rice milling, and maize flour milling, and to cap it all, the journey so far seems to be a successful one.
A farmer who wants a bumper harvest is expected to buy new seeds every cropping season. The quality seeds are available and affordable in the seeds companies or at agro dealers' shop. A 2 kg of maize seed costs between 550 naira and 600 naira, but the advantages of the seeds over grains that some farmers plant are enormous.
I don't know the price of maize in market now, but last year, as I know, a seed of maize is being sold at 700 per kg, which 50 kg will be what? 35,000, right? And I know that 50 kg of maize won't be up to 20,000 maize grain. But what you consider is the yield. I said maximum if you have seed that is still having its vigor. Let's say the one they repeated just once or twice, you can get up to just 30 bags. And that 20 bags difference, if I'm harvesting 20 bags, let's take an example, they are selling maize 20,000, 20 times 20. That's about 400,000 difference from the harvest.
Farmers who wish to buy seeds months before planting can do so, but necessary precautions must be taken so that the seeds do not lose viability.
A seed is not grain. Any farmer that wants to buy earlier is allowed. But the only thing is that you should make sure that you will not just go and keep it where the place is very hot, that is not conducive. Anywhere you know that if human being is staying there, you can keep your seed there. Apart from that, anywhere you know that there's no enough ventilation, not only maybe brightness or darkness of the area, there should be enough ventilation. That ventilation will enable the seed to be able to be viable for a longer period.
The Institute for Agricultural Research is not only in the business of genetic improvement of cereal crops, but also has a unit that multiplies the seeds to meet the needs of farmers.
We multiply seed of maize, sorghum,
cowpea, groundnuts, soybeans, sunflower. So each of these crops have a particular crop officer that manage each crop under the supervision of National Seed Council. They grow the crops in the field, and then the National Seed Council, they come and supervise in order to ensure that the laid down guidelines for production of quality seeds are followed.
The Institute is also ready to provide further guide to any farmer on the variety developed for a particular ecological zone of the country, and the seeds are very accessible.
How do farmers get them? Very accessible. If you need them, there's no restriction. You just come to seed unit. I'm telling you the procedure. So you just come to seed units, pick a form, fill, mention the variety you need, pay, and then you go and pick your seeds.
Agricultural seed production companies and markets must ensure proper packaging of their seeds in line with the safety measures.
They must ensure that they buy their seed from genuine and accredited seed producer. 2, they must ensure that the seed they are buying has actually undergone all the phases of certification, and the only way they can know is that the seed will carry all the certification tag and the company label. 3, after purchase, they must not keep their seed they bought with the chemical in their shop. Neither should they keep it with the fertilizer in their shop. The law frowns at it. It's not allowed. And when displayed for sale, this seed must not be displayed inside the sun. It must be under cover.
The seed industry cannot be developed if seeds are not available at the disposal of farmers. Seed companies are intensifying efforts to make seeds available at every nook and cranny of the country.
We have a wide coverage. We have zonal offices in 27 states of federations. And each marketer, the zonal officer, cover minimum of 3 states. And aside that, we have some officers in satellite depots. Satellite depot is a depot where you cannot go beyond your state. There's no any state of federation that we don't have offices, that we don't have staff. The structure for the marketing is already on ground. And aside that, our policy in the company is that in each local government in Nigeria, Premier Seed must have, we have 6 agro dealers in each local government of the federations. Those are the platform on which we are selling our seed.
One step towards food security is maximizing yields. The use of improved seed by farmers is a major determinant of this. The more farmers know and use these seeds, the closer Nigeria will get to attaining food sufficiency. This is the much we can take on this episode. Join us again same time, same station next week. And if you missed the episode, you can always get it on our social media platforms showing on your screen. Good night.